If you're not having fun, what are you even doing? Welcome to B2B On Air. I'm your host, Joseph Lewin, and I've been doing B2B marketing for a decent amount of time now. I guess I'm probably close to a decade of doing B2B marketing. And man, so many people are just miserable. They're having a tough time finding a way to enjoy the work that they're doing. And I understand it. You're in toxic environments, you're dealing with products that aren't that exciting, but life is short. And so you got to figure out ways to have fun. And the crazy part is the more fun that you're having, the more likely it is that what you're doing is actually going to connect with your audience. It took me a little while to get used to it because I had my boss, Adam Beck at Part Solutions. When I was working with him, he really helped me to loosen up a decent amount. He always said there's really no such thing as a marketing fire, and a lot of the marketing fires are self-made. And it helped me to start to loosen up. And then, over different jobs over the years, I've gotten to be more and more myself and lean more into things that are enjoyable. And the more that I do that, the more that what I'm doing connects with my audience. And it's also just a much better way to live. And so it's really one of the reasons that I like podcasting. I think it's fun. And when I work with people, I want them to think that running their podcast is the most fun part of their week. It's the most fun part of their job. And for a lot of clients that I work with, it is the most fun thing that they do. How does this connect to podcasting? Well, first of all, if you're not doing a podcast and you're not having fun at work, it's probably part of the reason you should jump in. The water's fun. But also, this is a little bit less about directly podcasting and more just human to human. I'm 35. I'm not like super crazy old, but reflecting back on my career, there's definitely been times where I've taken myself too seriously and even taken some of the work too seriously. And, is it technically, was I technically doing maybe the right work and all of that? Sure. But it doesn't mean that people wanted to be around me when I was being so diehard about things having to be a certain way. And it certainly wasn't a way to win friends and influence people. And at the end of the day, if you're going to get things done in business, whether it's growing an audience with a podcast and connecting with people, whether it's connecting with people to see how you can serve them and then buy products or services from you, or if you're inside of an organization and you're trying to bring some kind of organizational change, maybe trying to figure out how you're going to get your CRO to buy off on a podcast, people rarely want to work with somebody who's a stick in the mud. And so figuring out, what areas of your job do you really enjoy and how can you lean into those? And then maybe even with the things that you don't enjoy, are there ways that you can bring joy into that in some way, shape, or form? Maybe it's just before a meeting, laughing a little bit, getting yourself into a good mood, or practicing smiling while you're on camera and letting that change the way that you're thinking and your attitude. And the crazy thing is it also changes your tone of voice. So even just doing something small, like a little smile or saying a word of encouragement to somebody, finishing a call and then reaching out to somebody and giving them some encouragement on how they said this particular thing well, or whatever it is, find ways to make your job more enjoyable, to make other people's jobs more enjoyable. You will actually be more successful that way. You're going to see more value come from that. People are going to be attracted to you. But beyond any of that, life is too short to be doing things that make you miserable. And since it is a podcast about podcasting, I'm just going to give it another plug. I used to do all kinds of marketing things that I enjoyed to a degree, but there's always something about it where I'm like, this doesn't work quite as well as I wanted, or it's not that much fun. And the more that I lean into doing podcasting, the more that I'm having fun, the more that my clients are having fun. And so, just lighten up a little bit, loosen up a little bit. And if you're struggling to figure out a way to have fun, record a couple podcast episodes with your friends and see what happens. Anyway, a little bit of a different episode here, but really appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.